This is soda soap. Yes, you heard me right. And I made it using animal fat and palm oil. And as you can see, it's foaming very well. Like it sorts really well and it's super easy to make. All is required is just three ingredients. So if you're interested, all you have to do is to watch this video to the end. Now, without wasting much of your time, let's get down to business. Hi friend, welcome back to my channel. I hope you're doing well. So guys, in this video I'll be teaching how to make quality soda soap using animal fat and palm oil. First, to start by bleaching your palm oil, you can use the heat process to bleach your palm oil, or you can use chemical to bleach your palm oil. In this method, I'll be using chemical which I already added into the oil. I used sulfonic acid and hydrogen peroxide. You can check my channel to learn how to bleach your palm oil using chemical. Due to time, I actually skipped that part. So all I did was to add the two chemical into the oil, then I stirred, and after that I covered it, and this is after about 40 minutes and it has already started bleaching. So I'm gonna do this overnight, but it's totally optional. You can bleach your palm oil within the space of 1 to 2 hours, but because I'll be making my soap the next day, I'll have to bleach the palm oil this night and also prepare the lye solution before using it to produce my soap. So after bleaching the palm oil, the next thing is to make the lye solution. Now to make the lye solution, I'll be using 310 ml of water and then 132 grams of caustic soda. 310 ml of water and 132 grams of caustic soda. So that's exactly what I'll be using to make the lye solution. Now, just in case this is the first time you're joining my channel, you can check the first video for the first formula which I already posted. So you can check there and also compare the both method to see which one will work best for you. So in the former video, I used PK oil and palm oil to make the soda soap. Then in this second formula, I'll be using palm oil and animal fat. So it's still the same process. So basically all I'm doing here is to bleach the palm oil and then I make the lye solution, which I'm gonna leave overnight. Now this is exactly after about 9:15 p.m. So I bleached the palm oil and also I made the lye solution, and I'm going to cover it, leave it till the next day before I can use it to produce my soap. It's very important that you allow your lye solution to stay for at least 12 to 24 hours before using it to produce your soda soap, so as to help reduce the chemical effects. So after leaving it overnight, this is the next day after about 18 hours. It's time to make our soda soap, and here is the bleached palm oil. Now take a close look at this bleached palm oil, and now this boils down to what I was trying to explain in my previous video about having specific type of oil that is meant for soap. So you can see this oil have some lumps at the down part of it, and this oil is actually bad. It doesn't taste good and the smell also is awful. But in as much as this oil is bad, it can still be used to produce soap because it's the type of oil that is meant for soap. I really don't know how to explain it, but I don't know, maybe I will make a separate video explaining more about all this oil. Now just take a close look at this oil. Can you see some things at the down part of the oil, and can you also see the color of this oil? Like I literally had to strain this oil. Just take a look at it. So that's it. The oil is bad and it doesn't smell good as well, but it can be used to produce soap. So take note of that. I'll make a video on that later. Now the next thing we need is the animal fat, which is our tallow. So I'll be using goat tallow. You can use cow, you can use any type of animal fat. It's called tallow. All you literally have to do is to go to the market and then tell them to give you maybe beef tallow or any type of animal tallow. So for the tallow, we'll be using 500 grams, and it's very cheap, honestly. Now, how to get this tallow? Go to any slaughter or any market around you where they sell meat. Ask any butcher for tallow. They can dash you or maybe sell it for a small amount of money. And after that, you can check my channel to learn how to render your tallow. So all you have to do now is to combine the bleached palm oil and the tallow oil. We need to dissolve the tallow oil, but you can do it separately. You can just dissolve only the tallow and then pour the bleached palm oil into the tallow oil to combine it. But I just had to combine it together and then heat it up. So after that, this is the end result after dissolving the both oil. So I'll transfer it into a measuring cup just to be sure that this is exactly 1000 ml of oil. So always make sure you're working with your scale and your measuring cup. It's very important, especially as a beginner. Measurement is super important in this soap making. Just be very careful with your measurement. So this is exactly 1 liter, which is 1000 ml of oil, but it's still a bit hot, so I'm going to set it aside and then I move on to the next process. Now for the next process, all you have to do is to grease your molding cups. You can check my previous video to learn how to grease your molding cups. It's very important to grease your cup before using it to mold your soap. And then the next thing is color, which is totally optional. You can do without adding color to your soap, but I just like adding color for beauty. So all you literally have to do is to dissolve your oil. If you're using water soluble oil, you can use, if you're using water soluble color, you can use water to dissolve your color. And if you're using oil soluble color, just use some part of your oil to dissolve the color. That's exactly what I did in the video. And after that, transfer the oil into a mixing bowl, and also make sure to check the temperature of the oil to be sure that the oil is not too hot or too cold. It just have to be warm, not hot and not cold. So you can see I dipped my finger into the oil and it's really not hot, it's just warm. Now after that, the next thing to do is to pour the lye solution. The lye solution is the mixture of caustic soda and water that we made, and so that's it. Now moving on, when you pour the lye solution, stir it very well using the same direction, and then you will notice saponification. That is when the water and the oil have started mixing together. You get to a thick trace just as you're seeing it in the video, but make sure you maintain one direction. Stir it until the oil and water is fully combined, until you get this consistency that you're seeing right now in the video. Make sure that the oil and water is fully mixed. If you're from Nigeria, it's just like you make pap. I said that in my previous video. It's just an illustration just to be sure you're getting it right. So that's it. So mix it very well. Make sure there's no trace of oil or any trace of water in it. And after that, you can then pour it into your molding cups. But if you want to add color at this stage, you can add your color, or you can add your color in the oil before you pour the lye solution. But like I said earlier, I want to do something with the color. I really don't want it to really mix well, so I want to just lightly add the color just as I've seen it in the video. It's totally optional, you can do without it. So when I pour the color, I make sure not to stir too much because I just want to have two different color in the soap. I want to get different color in the soap, white and yellow. So I hope that works though. Now that's one thing I really don't like about making soap. When it comes to designing soap, I'm really not good at it. So sometimes I just get scared when it gets to this stage of designing your soap. But let's just try to see if that will work. So when you add your color, you can mix it properly well, or you can also use this method. But I figured out something here. If you want to use this method of adding color to your soap, once you pour the color just give it a little stir, don't stir it too long. I think I overdid it, so it's almost mixed. So when you add the color, just stir it a little bit just to make sure that you're getting the two colors. And also make sure not to add too much of the color, just add a little bit so that the white color can be pronounced. In this particular one, I think the yellow came out more than the white. So if you want the color to be even, just mix it properly. But if you want to just get different shade, when you add the extra color, just don't over mix it, just stir it a little bit, and after that you can then move on to the next process. So transfer it into your molding cup, and also don't forget to grease your molding cup. It's very important as it helps it to mold easily. So that's it. Now this is after transferring it into the molding cups. Now I'll leave it to solidify, which will take about 5 to 6 hours. And boom, this is after 3 hours and the soap is already hard. Just take a look at it, like it's hard already. And now take a look at the color. What do you think about the color? Tell me in the comment section. I don't know, I don't think I really like the color. I really don't think I like it, but anyways, it's fine. It's fine. So it turned out really strong and beautiful. That is, if it's actually looking beautiful, because I don't like what I'm seeing here. I wanted it to be a bit lighter than this, but somehow I just overmixed the color. But if you want to do this, just make sure to lightly mix before you pour it into your molding cups. But aside from the color, I think I'm very okay with it. Like, it's super good, it's strong, and everything about the soap is beautiful. I'm just not okay with the outcome of the color. So that's it. Now, going back to my previous video, if you check the measurements we used, you see that it's different from the measurement I used here. Now, the difference is in the oil. So because we use different oil, we're not going to use exactly the same measurement that we used in our previous video. So I'm just putting it out there. That is, if you want to give this a try, or if you're wondering why I use two different measurements, it's just about the different oils. So that's why we had to do some adjustments in the measurement. So if you want to use palm oil and tallow oil, you can use this particular measurement, and if you want to use PK oil and palm oil, you can use that other measurement. So this is the outcome. You can see it turned out really beautiful aside from the color. But tell me in the comment section if you really like this color or if I'm just bluffing. So now we're going to check it to see the sudden effect, to see if the soap is really foaming, being that we used animal fat. I mean, it's fat. Is it supposed to foam when we use fat to make it? So we're going to find out. But before that, just take a close look at the soap. This is another reason you should always add color to your soda soap. Number one, it's going to make your soap to stand out. And when you're adding the colors, please don't be like me. Be very creative with your color. Even if you want to do different colors, just use beautiful colors and make the colors differently. You can make like two different colors or three different colors, and it's gonna come out very beautiful. And when you supply it, you're going to see that your soap will be looking different compared to the other ones in the market. So that's it. Just make sure to be very creative with your business, no matter how little. Just be very creative and make your own product to stand out and look more presentable. So that's it. I think I actually like it. I mean, I wanted it to be exactly like this particular one now. That I actually wanted the color. But for some reason, the other ones didn't really come out like that. But this particular one is exactly how I wanted it. And I love this one that I'm holding now. So if you can be able to get something like this, if you can achieve it, you can do it with any color of your choice. It's going to come out very beautiful. I think the video is not even doing justice to this soap. Like, the color is really beautiful, especially this one I'm holding. Like, it's so beautiful. You can do this with blue, you can do it with green, you can do it with any color of your choice, and it's really going to turn out very perfect and beautiful. So that's it. So this is the end result. Now let's go ahead and check the foaming ability of this soap. Now, another advantage of using tallow to produce your soda soap is that it helps to reduce the chemical effect. Like you can literally sell your soda soap 2 days after production or even 1 day after production. Remember in my previous video, I told you that it will take you about a week for your soap to cure and for the chemical effect to reduce so as to be able to sell it. But when you use this tallow, it reduces the chemical effect. Like even as I'm using it to wash now, I wasn't feeling any chemical reaction from it. Like I can hardly tell that I just produced this soap this same day, like 4 hours ago. Like it's so mild. So that's another advantage of using this tallow. I think the fat content in it helps to reduce the chemical effect. And also it helps to fasten the curing process. Like it's super good, and the foaming ability is also good, especially to maximize profit. This is super good. PK oil is a bit expensive, palm oil is also expensive, and as a beginner it might be quite expensive for you to use PK oil and palm oil to start your business. So you can just start with this tallow and palm oil, or you can start with tallow and PK oil. You see, so you can use PK oil and tallow to start your business. It's going to be really beautiful and you will love it, trust me. Although you can compare this to the PK oil and palm oil. The PK oil and palm oil is more foamy and also it lasts longer than this. So that's just it. But aside from that, this is super good. I even prefer this to the PK oil and palm oil. I actually prefer tallow and palm oil or tallow and PK oil. So that's it. This is the end result. It turned out really good aside from the color, which I'm still complaining. So friend, that's the end of this video. I hope you enjoyed it. Thank you so much for watching. And if you're just joining me for the first time, my name is Gifty and I'm super excited to welcome you to Giftings family. Please do not forget to subscribe to my channel and also turn on your notification bell so that you'll be the first to watch my next video. And at the end of this video, please do not forget to give this video a thumbs up, leave your comments down below, and don't also forget to share this video to your friends. And now to my beautiful, wonderful, and amazing gift team. Thank you for watching and I'll see you in my next video. But before then, stay blessed and keep loving one another. Bye.